A lot of people say that fall is the best season to camp in. Trees burst out in color. Fewer people, no bugs, beautiful temps, rutting moose, clear nights full of stars. That's what fall camping is all about, right?
What a start to this trip. I had no idea these cliffs were here. Don't know anything about this lake other than the small portion I covered earlier this summer in the middle. And I've got 80 plus kilometers to cover, 50 miles. 2 glorious fall days to start out with, and then the weather is supposed to get very fall-like, windy, cold, rainy, even potential for thunder or snow. So today and tomorrow I need to make good progress before the weather turns on me. Start. Stunning scenery so far, something new around every corner. There's a fishing lodge here toward the south end of the lake. Looks like they've closed up for the season here in almost mid-October. But as far as I know, that's the last piece of development until I get to the north end of the lake, where there's a small town called Long Lac. Getting a ways up the lake now, which has given the wind tons of fetch to build and create some fair chop here, but it's a tailwind, so that was a big part of the reason for doing this trip. Today and tomorrow I should have a wicked tailwind. After that, it's probably a wash, but if I get a good amount of distance in these 2 days, then I should be fine for the rest of the trip. Taking a quick break here. More beautiful cliffs. Lake's getting wider here and a little rougher too. Got into a leeward spot here, nice and sheltered. I was gonna cross to the east side of the lake. Gonna have to kind of pick a lane, can't cross back and forth because the lake gets so big. But it felt pretty sketchy and I retreated back to this shore, so hopefully I'll find somewhere to camp right ahead here. Nice big beach, lots of moose tracks. Seen lots of moose tracks today on many beaches. This looks like lynx to me. Been here at camp for a couple hours now, and I passed out in the tent for a bit. My energy level just hit a brick wall. Kind of feel like I'm coming down with something, which hopefully I just wake up tomorrow when I'm all good. But yeah, this would be a pretty unideal time and place to get COVID or something. So here's a look at where I am. I've got these images cached on my phone so I can see them without signal. I started at the bottom end of Long Lake and made good progress yesterday. Ended up right here. Still have plenty left to get to the town of Long Lake. It's supposed to be 16 or 18 degrees Celsius today. Could be the last nice day for 6 or 7 months. Might not see these temperatures again until May. Tomorrow it gets a lot colder. And I brought the thermos for some hot water. Such a comfort. No portages, might as well. I'm not too fussed about traditional breakfasts. I'll often have a lunch or dinner for breakfast. But jalapeno and cheddar smokies for breakfast does feel a little weird. It's supposed to be last night's dinner, but I just wasn't feeling it. Beautiful day for travel. I'm feeling alright. Onward. On my way, gonna cross over to the east shore, about 2 kilometers. Should be an easier crossing this morning, doesn't seem so rough. Wind is definitely building though, it's supposed to hit close to 30 kilometers an hour. just feel the wind's gonna be intense today. Hopefully I'll be able to get some fishing in. It's not too rough. It's glancing blow from the wind and waves here, so do it while I can. Here in northern Ontario we get the birch and trembling aspen turning yellow in September and October, and now in the back half of October and November the tamaracks start to turn yellow, gold and banana yellow. Passing by the island here where I camped about 3 months ago. That was my introduction to Long Lake and what inspired this trip. I was staging here to meet someone else to do another route, so it was just an overnighter, but it really made me want to come back. It was such a great trip. Wildlife was terrific. Saw a silver fox on my way in, cow and calf and moose on my way out. Beautiful scenery and skies and weather, and some pretty decent pike fishing too. The scenery's been even better on this trip so far, but I know the weather is about to turn on me. Hopefully there's some fishing and wildlife yet to come on this one too. There's a prime example of a tamarack. Pure gold, and it just pops at this time of year. Fish on. Probably a pike, but there's a wide variety of species in this enormous lake. Could be lake trout too, but lakers are out of season. And it's pike, yeah. Decent. Some girth to it. Hands good and wet before I handle it. Yeah. Pretty thick pike, sport the belly. Thanks, man. Whoa! Whew. Water's cold. Great lunch of pierogies, some mint tea here in the canoe, and a beautiful jack pine bay here. I'd love to camp in here, but I really need to knock off as much distance as I can today. Try and lessen the load for these upcoming days. Getting a bit rough now as the day goes on. I was just able to turn on the camera, but there was a nasty section there. It was doable, but pretty unpleasant. Wow. Oh, I can't wait to get around this point. I'm flying though. Gotta be going 8 kilometers an hour for sure here. Holy cow. That point there is the culprit. It really stirred things up. Just took a long hard look at this island for a campsite. It's 5 o'clock and the wind is only building still, so I want to find something soon. I think I'm gonna move on. I hope I don't regret it. Nice island, tough to pass up. There just wasn't a really good spot to set up a camp. So I might stay somewhere tomorrow too. If it's really nasty, I might just call it a base camp day. So wherever I set up tonight, I want to have a pretty nice spot. One hour till sunset. Beautiful sky there. And I haven't been able to find anything hospitable yet. Beautiful spot here. Not quite ideal for setting up a hammock or tent, but it's only a half hour of daylight left, so can't be too choosy. Totally dark now. That's the other thing with fall camping is you come out of summer and there's tons of daylight and then suddenly you're making dinner in the dark. Black bean burgers, tomatoes, red onion. Finally in the hammock, I'm ready to pass out. Wind is raging out there still and it likely will all night as it blows in the storm. Should rain heavily tomorrow and I could just chill out here. I have ample time, but the following day is supposed to be potentially rainy and cold. Tomorrow is a bit milder, so I don't know. Which one would you choose?
Day 3. It's gray, but not raining right now. Rained quite a bit overnight, and there's a tailwind. So I'm gonna get going today. I'll consider taking a rest day tomorrow when it's supposed to be colder, and also probably rainy with now a headwind. I might as well use this and get on my way soon. Tucked these little trees away last night so they didn't scratch the hammock. And just to bend them back into shape, put a little pressure the other way. There. On my way. It's cool, drizzly, gray, but beautiful. All the colors are popping on the shoreline. Yeah, it's not raining nearly as hard as I was expecting yet, so it's a nice start. Just heard the first boom of thunder, and it's getting rather dark. Thunder is pretty far away still, but I hope my day's not over because I haven't gotten too far yet. Maybe, I don't know, under 10 kilometers for sure.
Karen sent me a message on the Zolio this morning, my SATCOM device. She said the weather was pretty intense down there on the coast of Superior, where we live. I told her it was just drizzling. Thought I might be avoiding it, but it seems like it's worked its way up. It's so dark. Oh boy, okay. Oh, I just saw lightning. I gotta get off. As soon as I can find somewhere decent. The edge of the storm can be the most dangerous, most volatile, most lightning. This is part 2 of the fall weather exhibit. We've had the wind, now the rain and the storms. Tomorrow the cold. I want to get off the water, but it's, oh, lightning. There's nowhere to do so here. Holy cow. This is wild. My heart's racing, to be honest. I'd really like to get off the water. The lightning that scares me. Nowhere to get out here. Oh my goodness! I just need a little piece of land that's not rocks getting hammered by wind and waves. Nothing. Cold rain too, ice cold. There's a point ahead here. I gotta get out. Oh man. Oh boy, this is gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. But I gotta get off the water. Oh. All right. Just got in behind this tree. This little bank of trees provides a huge amount of shelter from the wind, but I might just set up in here, call it a day. That was intense. Seems like the worst of it is past for now. Not sure if I should continue or not. Nice to have the thermos now. Looks a lot better now. Should be able to get some travel in still. Beautiful experience, really, to go from that stormy weather, blacked out the sun almost, to now super calm and bright. Really pretty right now. My way down the lake, and it's putting in perspective just how big it is. Feels like progress is slow. Seems to be good conditions for now. Some pretty dark stuff back there, but happy to be making some more progress. There's a wall of rain coming in behind me. I'm gonna get off the water. Tucked away in a nice sheltered bay. Should be a lot better than last time if it's the same. Feels like it, looks like it. Pretty uneventful this time, no thunderstorms, but it's gotten quite cold. Love to make camp, but if I progress About 7 kilometers more, then I'll be set up for just one day of travel left, and tomorrow I can just relax. The lake narrows significantly here, past these islands, and this is my target for the day, so just green light now to set up camp wherever I can find it. Looking forward to it. It is pretty chilly. Pretty nice looking woods here. I think I'm going to try this. Getting things set up here. Got a tarp up. That's always an amazing feeling on a day like today. And as soon as I get the rest of my load under here, I'm putting on my big wool sweater. Nice having a little towel. Not so much for drying off after swimming, just to dry off my hair. Oh, it feels good. Hot chocolate, start things off, get some sugar in me, and then ramen. I just want something fast, easy to clean up, and then I want to get into the sleeping bag. It's supposed to be a degree above freezing tonight, -1 tomorrow night. All bundled up, it feels amazing. One of the greatest simple pleasures there is, getting in from the cold, being wet, and getting warm and dry. Another beautiful day though, nevertheless, and I made it far enough today that tomorrow I can just rest here and soak it all in. Coffee time. Checked the forecast this morning, and today is no longer the ugly day that it was forecasted to be. So today would have been the nicer travel day, and yesterday was awful by comparison. At least I get to just relax today and soak in the scenery here at the end of the season. Oh, what a comfort. Just to feel warm and dry today. No, I'll be dry. I know it's not very exciting, so bear with me. So today I'm going to continue reading Kevin Callan's new book and just enjoy this beautiful spot. A big pileated woodpecker just stopped by. There's also an American three-toed woodpecker around and a bunch of chickadees. Beautiful to watch and listen to them from the hammock. If I asked you what your favorite season is, I bet there's a good chance you would say fall. I love fall, but it is my least favorite of the 4 seasons. I find it tends to be very romanticized with images like this. Warm sweaters, hot drinks on a cold, dreary day, and under a warm blanket reading a book, and it's great. Yeah, I love that. But in terms of camping, when people say that fall is their favorite season to camp in, I kind of raise an eyebrow at that. I find it interesting. Not that I'm disagreeing. Fall might have the best 2 weeks of camping of the year, right at the start of fall. September 21st for the 2 weeks after that. It's wonderful. But the remainder of fall is a really nasty season, what we're in right now. It's cold, it's wet, it's windy. And if you're into wilderness camping where you don't have like a hard roof to sleep under, I find it is the most difficult season to camp in. And the days are getting shorter too, right? Even winter I find to be easier to camp in because you're almost guaranteed to be dry, at least at this latitude. It's minus 30 some days, minus 40 even overnight occasionally, but you're rarely going to have rain. And the combination of cold and wet is what really makes things difficult. But yeah, fall is a tough season, so I'm always interested by the number of people who are very attached to it.
Turned out to be a beautiful day. Nicest paddling day of the trip. Not super warm, but really calm. And there was like a baby rain shower, so yeah. Sometimes the forecast helps immensely, and then other times it kind of kicks you in the teeth. But anyway, it was a nice day for relaxing as well. Hot drinks, and it's time for supper. So what I'm making tonight is poutine. Got gravy mix, and this poutine, I admit, is an insult to all French Canadians. A lot of people, even Americans, haven't had poutine before, which I find crazy. I know it's a Canadian thing, but we're neighbors. French fries, gravy, and cheese curds. This is shredded cheese, which is what makes it kind of an insult to the tradition, but same premise. I also fried up some red onion in there. It's gonna be amazing. That's good. Honestly, that was not far off an authentic poutine. 10 kilometers to go tomorrow that way to get to Long Lac, and the reason I just hung around today instead of getting out today was that Aaron is in Geraldton right now. I need someone to shuttle me back to my car, otherwise I'd have to go paddle the entire length of the lake south. So Erin will be leaving Geraldton Friday, and then she'll drop me off in my car on her way back to home. Zero degrees this morning at sunrise. No snow. There was potential, but it didn't deliver. That's fine. Half a year left of snow yet to come. Just a beautiful misty morning. Part 3 of the fall weather exhibit. The freezing temperatures. I've spent close to 48 hours in this spot now in anticipation of being rainy and nasty. Barely a drop that entire time. Just as I pack up, I was just about to take the tarp down too. Thankfully it's still up. It started to come down. Fall weather. Well, it's on to the home stretch here to the town of Long Lac. It was an interesting 5 days on this huge lake, which showcased what, to me, is the true flavor of fall. Intense wind the first 2 days, perhaps the nastiest storm front I've ever canoed in, and then the chill of autumn set in for these last 2 days. But I still love this season, and there's a rawness to it that's so powerful and reminds me of my place in nature. And aside from the weather, what a beautiful trip with the cliffs early on, classic Canadian Shield shoreline, plenty of islands and long beaches, tamaracks glowing with gold, and enough birds to keep a song in the air. But after this trip, I know I'm looking forward to a hot cup of coffee at home with a good book under a big duvet as the flurries drift down outside, and all that cheesy fall goodness.